I'm Aaron Eads.
And I'm Emily Braun. The city is running out of time to iron out a plan that'll compensate for more than $1 million shortfall. Police are still here nearly 5 hours later investigating what exactly caused this crash, but the fence just behind me was torn down. By taking this garlic mustard out, they're leaving room for native plant species to grow, which both insects and people can enjoy.
Florida girl, in April, you can actually have flurries.
Listen, you're not allowed to say the F word around here.
Yes, you're right, I'm not.
Flurry.
Flurries.
If you give your card to someone else to pay, they could have a device hiding in their pocket that can copy your information, making it easy to send anywhere. And you would never know anything had happened when you get your card back.
Emily, you got ditched.
Yes, Aaron, I got stuck in a ditch, but I must say I definitely was not the only one. Towing companies and police departments were pretty busy today on the first snowfall of the season.
WC93's Emily Braun is with us now. Emily, the visitors say they were discriminated against.
Jennifer, they say they were turned away at the door. Both the book club and those visitors say they've been targeted because of their race.
The Independent Media Center is a community center with a social justice mission, and we are particularly concerned with serving marginalized populations.
Brian Dolinar opened the IMC's doors to the Black Students for Revolution. Several students gathered in this room to talk about the autobiography of Malcolm X. But Karen Alowu says they were interrupted by the Illini Republicans.
They just tried to come into our space and be disruptive, antagonize our members.
Sorry, we can't let you in. You gotta...
That's when Dolinar stepped in.
So what can I do for you? We were concerned about the students and really find the actions of this group, the Illini Republicans, to be very inappropriate, and this kind of intimidation, we won't tolerate it.
But Illini Republicans Vice President Timothy Kilcullen says his group was not trying to be the enemy.
I absolutely guarantee that never happened. No Illini Republican member ever threatened anyone in Black Students for Revolution.
He says he was concerned when he saw a flyer for the book club saying people in attendance should only be people of color.
Instead of protesting like we were certainly tempted to do, we go to just see the discussion, see another point of view, and they say we're not even going to let you see our viewpoint. It's just shocking prejudice.
He says they wouldn't even let them in the door.
IMC has instructed us to only allow authorized people in.
Two separate groups of people from Illini Republicans went. They were both turned away instantly.
Of course, there's going to be staff, and we are not going to allow them into the building.
They didn't ask them what group they were from, nothing like that. They just saw the skin color and told them to leave.
Because I know all the people who are authorized and it's not you guys.
Alowu says the purpose of the book club is not to draw prejudice.
The purpose of the book club is to give people of color, and specifically Black people, a safe space to talk about race and issues that are specific to us as a community.
The Illini Republicans say the book club promoted segregation. But Alowu says there's a key point everyone needs to understand about what segregation actually means.
Segregation was a system of racial oppression that lasted for decades, and it was enforced by power, systemic power, and it harmed hundreds of thousands of Black people. A reading group for people of color harms nobody.
The Illini Republicans say they are considering legal action against the IMC. However, legal experts say there's a good chance a lawsuit would be unsuccessful since the IMC is privately owned and the meeting was a private event.
Family heirlooms and pieces.
As Becky Brown steps through the rubble, she treads lightly, looking for memories that survived the blast.
These are some of the other little pieces that we have found that's made it.
She gave us a tour of the spot she called home, now reduced to burnt piles of debris.
This is one of the corner posts of the front porch. It's the only thing that's pretty well left standing of the house. Where Kayla's standing is about where you would walk onto the front porch. And then Haley is standing on the edge of the front porch as you come up the side.
What was once a beautiful house is now a big cleanup project. Brown says working on this helps her cope with the heartbreak, and she's been amazed at what she's found in the process. Beneath all the ash, rubble, and debris, the family says it's a miracle they've been able to find some keepsakes like these, still intact. But Brown says what surprised her most was finding the ashes of her father completely unharmed, especially when so much else has been completely destroyed.
I got to get close enough before I was stopped and seeing how much ash and cinder and how white and red.
Barry Grimm is Sapp's grandson. He says when he got there yesterday, he lost hope.
They were in the basement. There was no way they were making it out. This house had 3 generations. Pretty much had 3 generations of kids grew up through it.
But Brown says hope is exactly what they need right now, because aside from the keepsakes they found, there's not much else to hold on to.
You don't give up hope. Hope's what you got.
There's a nice little bulge at the very bottom where all the leaves come out from.
This is a part of a grassroots effort. Scott Nelson and a dozen other U of I students are making this forest a little greener, a little brighter, and a lot more welcoming to its visitors.
What we're trying to do here is, in this forest, is to increase the biodiversity and local representation of plant and animal species.
It starts by weeding out some plants.
A lot of the exotic plants are actually inedible to the native insects.
Madeline McGrady explains how it's done.
We can go ahead and pull it out just by shaking the roots and kind of lightly getting underneath the soil. Garlic mustard, for the reason it's really bad, is that it's considered an invasive plant.
So by taking this garlic mustard out, they're leaving room for native plant species to grow, which both insects and people can enjoy.
The public should be able to walk through.
John Marlin has a vision for it.
And they should be able to see a lot of woodland wildflowers, native plants.
He got involved because he didn't like his vision of the place.
I got disgusted with the view from Windsor Avenue, and I walked through here and found out it was a biological desert.
A lot has been done since the project started. The trees marked with white ribbons used to have poison ivy. Plus, where we're standing used to be overgrown with honeysuckle. The area's more clear now, but there's still a lot of room to grow.
Not only are we going to be able to practice conservation on the areas that we have left, but some of the places that have lost their biodiversity, we're going to be able to bring that back and increase the value.